Hello everyone, it's me Lily. So today I'm going to talk about a different instructions, which is a powerful approach that helps teachers meet the unique needs of every student in the classroom. So let's begin. Before I move deeper about the topic, let me give a big introduction to let you all more understanding about differentiated instructions. Differentiations mean tailoring instructions to meet individual needs. Let me start with the person that have a famous quote, which is in her course. She had said, differentiated instructions is not a set of strategy, but a way of thinking about teaching and learning. The person is Caroline Tomlinson, a leading expert in this field. Defines differentiated instructions as the teacher's effort to respond to difference among learners through adjustments in content, process, product, or learning environment. Move forward in the simple terms. Differentiations happen when a teacher researches out to individual or small group to create the best learning experience possible. According to Tomlinson, it's about anticipating difference in the student readiness, interest, and learning profile, and then creating different learning paths so that all students can learn deeply without feeling bored or overwhelmed. So, differentiated instruction isn't just a method, it's a way of thinking about teaching and learning. Finish with introductions, and now I'm going to talk about the key points, which is the areas. Teachers can differentiate in four main areas, and the four main areas is the content, process, product, and learning environment. Let's explore each one. First is about the content. I will give explanation about the content. Content is what students learn or how they access information. Some students may already know the material, while others are just beginning to understand it. To address this, teachers can design activity at different levels of Bloom's taxonomy, from remembering and understanding to analyzing and creating. Let me give you a few of examples. Maybe it can be one or it can be four, or so many examples is possible. For example, let's read a passage and answer a question. Other example is imagine a new ending for a story. Or lastly, can create a PowerPoint presentation to summarize a lesson. All these are ways to differentiate content based on readiness. So I'm going to the next point, which is about a process. Process is how students learn, while the learning goals remain the same. The method can differ. Some students might work in pair, others in a small group, and some independently. For instance, visual learners may use textbook, auditory learners can listen to audiobooks, and kinesthetic learners might complete interactive online tasks. By offering different paths, teachers make learning more meaningful for everyone. I have explained about two main areas, and now I'm going forward to the third main area. It's about the product. product is how students show what they have learned. They might do this throughout an essay, a presentation, a test, or even a creative project. Differentiated product allows students to demonstrate mastery in a way that fits their strength and learning style. For example, a kinesthetic learner could act out a concept, while another might design a visual display or answer writing question, and that is for the product. I'm going to the last four main area, which is learning environment. The learning environment refers to how the classroom is set up, even in both physically and emotionally. Teacher might rearrange desks for small group work or provide flexible seating like beanbag or rocking chair. But somehow, teacher needs opinion from the student so that they will feel free to make a decisions. A safe, positive, and flexible environment helps students feel comfortable and ready to learn. End of the main areas. Let we move forward to pros and cons for differentiated instructions. Let's look at some benefits and challenges. For the benefit, differentiated instructions give a teacher flexibility and creativity. It allows lessons to be adapted for daily needs and helps all students engage meaningful. However, for the challenges, it can take extra time and effort. Why? Because creating multiple lesson plans and assessing individual progress can be challenging for teachers with larger classes or limited times. And that is the pros and cons for differentiated instructions. And now I'm going to move to the other point, which is classroom application. Based on this topic, as a researcher, I can apply this to real classroom scenario. For example, the scene is sound like Sue Jensen designed a quick practice for her math class. She wants to save time, but the test end up being too short to measure what students really know. Based on the result, she divided her students into a group and created staggered lesson, but soon realized that some students are misplaced. For me, what is happened with the scenario, or what is wrong with this scenario? For the content, it didn't fully reflect student readiness. While for the process, should make a group activity and it didn't match learning needs. While for the product, the assessment may not have suited each student level. Lastly, its learning environment may have lacked flexibility for students to move between a task. From this simple show why accurate and flexibility curriculum in differentiated instructions. Lastly, from me, I'm going to give my personal reflection. As a researcher, I have learned that differentiated instruction is about understanding students and being flexible in how we teach. It's not just about changing lesson, but it's about caring enough to make students where they are. Throughout this approach, I have learned to plan activity thoughtful, manage class dynamic, and strive to help every learner achieve success. Differentiated instructions remind me that every student can learn and just not in the same way or at the same time. And that is my personal reflections. And I hope every teachers and student out there can apply this into the classroom and make the class become a fun and make a student become a motivated person. Lastly from me is thank you for watching. Remember, a great teaching is not about teaching all students the same way, but about helping one learner in the way work best for them. And thank you for watching. Goodbye everyone. Bye.